Hey guys, my Treasure Hunter here, and I haven't done a truck video in a while, but today I just got in an accessory for my truck, and I thought that I would kind of go over what it is and maybe try to actually film the installation. We'll see how well that works. Anyways, what I did, I've been looking for a tonneau cover, and obviously there's tons and tons of them out there. Some people might say, oh, this was the best one, you should have got this one. You know what, I looked and looked and looked, and it just finally was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy this one. Now I wanted a hard tonneau cover because I don't like the look of when people are going down at highway speeds, the way that their tonneau cover is like flying up and looks like it could almost rip off, you know. So anyways, I went with the BAKflip, and there's a lot of different models, but I went with the F1. I think I bought it from AutoAnything.com. There was a 20% off, and normally this cover was $1,000 or $999.99, something like that. So I got it for $799. So it's an expensive cover. Now, like I said, I wanted a hard cover, and so you're gonna pay more for hard covers. Now I could have paid less for a not as durable hardcover, but I wanted, seeing that I was going with a hardcover, I wanted a pretty heavy duty hardcover. This isn't the heaviest duty out there, but this is a composite, or I should say fiberglass, and it has an internal, oh, this thing is heavy. It has an internal aluminum core covered by fiberglass, and then the whole thing is powder coated. Very nice. This is a flush fitting, so supposedly when it's all done, said and done on my truck, pretty much is going to be completely flat. The rail system is a very simple, looks very simple I should say, system with just 3 clamps to hold it in, and it actually can channel, if any water gets into the system, it channels it down and comes through a little hole right here, which comes with a couple tubes that you channel the water out of the bed of your truck. Now for installation, like I said, it looks to be easy, but we shall see. For installation, you simply need one tool. Excuse me, a 9/16 wrench or socket. That's all it said that you need. Also, you do need some rubbing alcohol to clean your metal. If you do not have a drop-in, like plastic drop-in bed liner, then you're going to need something to clean the surface before you install this gasket, so it makes a nice tight seal. It's only near the back window that you have to put this gasket, and only if you have a drop-in, or I should say if you don't have a drop-in. If you got a spray-in, or like mine where there's just a, you know, from the factory standard, you know, nothing in it bed, then this seal has to be put in. Other than that, you've got 6 clamps that come with it, and then these 2 clamps, which are basically don't need any special tool. They are just a standard, you know, like not wing nut, whatever you want to call it, a tri-nut. So basically I could take this off at any time without needing any special tools. The bed rails obviously would stay in, but the cover itself could be taken off by simply just spinning this off, because 2 of these are what holds it on in the front. So it was shipped via FedEx. Obviously they used a like a foam type of, you know, spray-in that formed around it, as you can still see on this side. It was nice, and so it came undamaged as far as shipping, so very happy with that. And so any damage that it might have when I get it out and open it up would have to be damage from the factory, which I'm hoping that would not be the case, because this thing weighs over 70 pounds, so shipping it back for cost reasons and for just pain in the butt reasons would be discouraging. But we're not going to go there. There's not going to be any problems. So anyways, going to go start taking this stuff outside. I'm gonna try to film this. I don't know exactly how that's gonna work out. Might kind of do it in stages, you know, put something on, turn the camera on, film it, say what I've done and this and that. But from the videos I've watched, it looks looks like it shouldn't be too hard to do, but we shall see. And then would do a final kind of review. Alright guys, so I cleaned up this rail right here. This is what I was talking about, where this gasket needed to be placed, because I don't have a drop-in bed liner. You have to put this gasket in. Even if you got a spray-in bed liner, you need this gasket right here. So I cleaned this up with the rubbing alcohol and placed that along there. And next we have this rail. Now, definitely, like I've seen in videos, it would be easier if you had a clamp or a couple clamps. But obviously I don't, and so trying to do this like kind of one-handed, which I'm not going to be able to film, but basically it's going to sit in there just like that. It kind of fits right on the lip. I'm going to have to hold it, put in a clamp, and kind of get one clamp kind of snug down, and then just kind of do the adjustments. But pretty much, you know, it fits like super flush. It should be pretty easy. Only got 3 clamps, so I'm gonna have to put the camera down and get this one installed, and then I'll tell you how hard it was to do.
3 hours later.
Alright guys, so I got the first one installed, and let me tell you, if you have a set of like clamps, like rubber, you know, just squeeze clamps, it will help out a lot. Or a buddy or one of your kids or something like that to help you hold this in place while you try to get it. What it says is like 6 to 9 inches back. Mount the first one. I went about 6.5 or so, and it says 6 inches back from the tailgate. Now there's a little divot underneath there, which it's kind of hard to see, but right here. So I was like, do they mean 6 inches back from that? But going 6 inches back from that would have made it like quite a ways up here, and that would have left a lot of rail right there. So it said from the tailgate, so I actually measured it from there and went 6 inches back. And then it says basically to just kind of put it in the middle. So I measured it, and it's about 32 and a half, and I placed the center one. And so how I did it, because it was such a pain, it does have a lip here, and it seals real nicely. Very nice, a rubber gasket. Very nice and flush. Mine didn't need any shimming. I like balanced it on this lip, and then I got the clamp up in there, and then I pressed down as hard as I could on the rail, pressing up on the clamp, and just got it kind of snug, you know, and then went to the front and did that one and that one in the back, and then I snugged them all up. So this thing is on there like a beast. I mean, this thing isn't gonna go anywhere. So anyways, so that wasn't too bad. Obviously, if you had a buddy, it would be easier. I'm not too sure. This is, I just noticed that this is like some really chintzy plastic here that's supposed to hold this. Come on guys, I mean, for $1,000 you couldn't put, you know, a metal clamp in there? This is ridiculous. That in my mind will be the first thing that breaks. I'll have to be real easy, because that holds the rod that will flip up. So we'll show you that in operation shortly. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump out the truck real quick, close the tailgate, and make sure, so you got good clearance here. It's not too tight. It actually is like perfectly flush with my truck bed, which is really nice. Same thing on the other side. Perfectly flush. It's supposed to be a nice gap right there like that. And then when you look down it, as you can see, a nice tight gasket. Just really tight, perfect seal along the edge here. And the only thing left to do, or the next step, will be to actually get the cover itself. Alright guys, so I got the cover out and got it on top of, it's still not done. I still got to bolt it all down. But let me tell you, it is not the easiest thing to do with one person, because when you're trying to get it into the right spot, and I haven't even gotten into quite the right spot yet, these clamps, these little clamps, man, they clamp down quick. Instantly when you sit it down in the rail, it snaps in and it doesn't want to move because of the weight. So if you can grab a buddy or something like that, I would highly suggest it. Also, it didn't talk about needing a Phillips head screwdriver, but you will need one because you got to put this hardware in right here. That is going to actually be the receiving hardware for this little strap. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, try to get it into place, put the big bolt, you know, this right here, try to put these in but not really snug them down, then try to basically just get it adjusted, you know, just where I need it, and then carefully open it back up, snug these down, and then it should be good to go. So hopefully it won't take too much work to get that done. Alright guys, so I just wanted to show you what I did. About basically I've got this installed. This is all that you're going to need a screwdriver for. It's not in its final resting space, I don't believe. It's going to have to go forward some. The next step basically for mounting it, basically you got these two things that the main bolts that hold it into place, and you simply just push that down through, nice flush. That's going to be really nice. And then I'll have to get in from below, but basically I'm going to go ahead and screw this other one off here real quick. I mean, with two people, this you could do this installation so quickly. I mean, it'd go extremely quickly. Just basically because of the awkwardness of needing or being two hands are better than one. And go ahead and push this one down through, and let's see, I don't know if we'll be able to see. Yep, you can see right, let's see, right there, you can see the screw, and on the other side you can see the screw right there. So I'm going to temporarily just put these on the bottom of there, just so it'll kind of not snug them down or nothing, but just put them in there so it won't pull too far. And then open it up, and then, you know, just get it situated left and right, front and forward till it looks good, and then snug it up. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, there we go, all installed, the BAKflip F1. I got it right now, tailgate's down, got it with the suspension, or you know, the support rods, so you could go down the highway. This would act as a headache rack, you know, it's making contact with the window in one place. If it was to hit hard enough, I did put bumpers in right here that it comes with, that it would hit there also, but protects your window. But that's what it looks like in the fully up position. And just a second, and I'll just go ahead and do it. All that it really requires is to loosen this up. And like I said, the cheapest part, if you can see it over here, this little, trying to do it with one hand, this little cheap stick part right here, that's probably will be a breaking point, but anyways, go ahead and tighten that one up. definitely, if you can find a buddy to help you, just save yourself the hassle and find a buddy to help you. That, and then clip it into this one. That's it. Go ahead. Sorry about that. So, obviously, I'm just going to grab this and slowly, because these things are heavy, man. I'm telling you, watch out for your fingers when you let these down. These things are heavy, and you get your finger caught in there, and it's gonna hurt. Now, I'm hoping that over time, because this thing has been kind of like in a box and stuff, that over time, this gasket right here, sorry about that, you know, when I unfold it, will work out better. Obviously, which I haven't tried, but if I was to clip this, then I could clip into this, cinch it up, and there would be the partially ride position, you know, locking it also on the other side. And I might as well, for the heck of it, just adjust that for now. That's the one thing I didn't do. So we will clip this in here. And then just snug it up. And that would be the riding in the about half open, half bed position, you know. Other than that, unclip it. It's got a nice little clip back in like that. Go back over here, clip it. This is a good quality made. Like I said, my one complaint and only complaint quality wise is that one rod holder that holds, you know, this support rod. It's such cheap plastic. I'm probably gonna go ahead and start looking for something to replace it right away. But like I said, the big thing, man, don't get your fingers in between this rail and this thing coming down, because it's heavy and it hurt, especially if a kid was doing it or something like that. It could hurt a lot. These panels are heavy. This system, you do have to close the tailgate first, and I don't know if it's the fit. I know that, you know, I'll just have to deal with it, but basically if I do it like that, it should clip down, and on this left hand side it does, but on this side I have to clip it down. I have to push it so it clips. Coming across here, it looks like it's going to fairly seal well. It's a little bit tighter, as you can see, on that side than it is this side, and it has nothing to do with the rail. I've checked everything real close. That has nothing to do, you know, there's no way to like make it any tighter. Like I said, just go ahead and clean this up. And so that's about it. You know, that's it fully closed. I mean, this thing is nice. It's hard as a rock. It's not going to be flapping in the wind when I'm hitting 70+ miles an hour down the highway. I do like the way that, you know, you can flip it up quickly. Like I said, just be careful. It is a little bit of a safety issue. If you was to flip it down and get a hand or a finger caught in between one of these panels while it's coming down, that could hurt a lot. Might even be more than hurt, I'm not sure. But you can go ahead and open your hatch, tailgate I should say, and both sides have just got a simple clip. See, they both close like that. So what it is that side over there, either this side is warped up a little bit and comes back down, or that side over there might be warped down a little bit. I'm not sure. Maybe over time it will it'll seat better, as far as, and it could be, you know, it honestly could be this tailgate piece right here too. That's a little bit higher than on the other side. I'm not sure. And well, that's how it looks. I think it looks absolutely awesome on this truck, being that my truck is basically the charcoal or whatever gray color. It's extremely dirty right now. I think it's probably the dirtiest it's been. But I really like the looks of that. Nice and streamlined. I also put whatever they call these things, you know, window guards, just for nothing more than looks, not for function. Give it a little bit different look, put them on it. I'm gonna wait till next spring to get my spray and bed liner done. But anyways guys, this is, like I said right here, the BAKflip F1. Hard, very hard. Supposedly can hold up to 300 pounds, but it has to be distributed. I'm sure I could get up in there and like sit on it, but I'm not going to. I can highly recommend this BAKflip F1 hard shell, heavy duty tonneau cover. So until the next time guys, take care.